Hello, everybody. Welcome to the iFox Reduced podcast, where we believe that dick pics hold no value in society. I'm your host, Juice. I'm here with my co-host, Reen. What's going on, Reen?
They really don't, man. Oh, man. There's so much to say here. I don't know where to begin, though.
I mean, we kind of have to talk about the fights from last week, too, but I wanted to break the ice, and what better way than to talk about nonsensical shit that happens on the internet over God knows what, details that I probably don't want to know. But the main thing I took away from all this is dick pics hold no value, but you wouldn't believe it seeing what's been going on MMA Twitter the past few days.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Too much, man. I'm not even on Twitter as much. I don't post as much. It's not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes get my information from Twitter. I do use it from time to time, but damn, for somebody that isn't on, it was just all out there.
That someone that we're not trying to follow the drama, and it fell in our lap, and I like hate myself for looking into it, and also it's like my life is worse now than it was a few days ago, but with Trump being gone, we need some fucking entertainment. So I kind of thank these people.
Yeah. It's not the entertainment I was looking for, but I
Not
mean,
necessarily,
I guess
no. Beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll get canceled pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going all out, man. We're already getting possibly struck down by YouTube by kind of, sort of naming an episode after Gina Carano.
Odd, right? Yeah.
And God forbid you put a Holocaust reference in there. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear our last episode, go ahead and hear it. Man, if you guys can pump up that episode, that'd be great. Just to kind of stick it in fucking YouTube and whoever else's face that ain't down with our shit. That ain't down with Carano. And it's funny too, because we've talked about this a lot off air. When we went on the air last week, we were in a sense kind of for the cancellation only because she sucked as an actress, right? But now seeing how things are played out, it's like they're almost getting us to go the other way now.
Yeah. I don't agree with how they handled it. What's been going on behind the scenes.
We can disagree with her fundamentally, and also disagree with Disney being just dumbasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And dirty. They're both dumb, but Disney's just being dirty about shit and stupid. Like they're just shooting themselves in the foot just to get brownie points with a woke crowd that's not going to give them any more money or viewers.
Right. I mean, they're doing other dirty shit, not just with this project and these stars, but they've done other dirty shit. I mean, Mulan was filmed where?
Yeah.
Right. People forget they do things with China all the time. Mm-hmm. So, like, people don't want to look into things like that. Right. They just want to automatically just cancel Gina. Like, I don't agree with what she put out there. But for Disney to handle it in such a manner, it's like, what? Wait, hold up. Right? Like, you need to, like, check yourself, too. You know, you ain't right either. And I just expect more, but it's fucking Disney, man. Like, it sucks that Lucasfilm and Disney are wrapped in one now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they bought them for, what, $1 billion or some shit. That's the craziest thing to me. That's how valuable Star Wars is. Lucasfilm consists of, what, at the time, 6 films? The 6 Star Wars movies, and then, what, maybe 2 or 3 cartoons that came out of it. Marvel at least has, like, 20 films, and then obviously there's so many more comic books they can go off of. But yeah, it was like those 6 movies that held so much value, and now they're fucking it all up. I guess because they're scared, but I'm really interested to know how many subscribers they lost. It had to be in a good few of them. And I do find it funny, although I disagree with like 99.9% of everything Ben Shapiro says. It is funny that he was the savior of Gina Carano. It's like she's anti-Semitic. Like, oh, okay, now we get the most out there hardcore Jew to come to her defense.
Yeah, it's
she won. She checkmated.
yeah, she did. Like, I mean, it didn't seem like she was happy in the first place because they were trying to force her to do things in the past that, you know, she didn't agree with. She wasn't comfortable there. That's what it seemed like to me, just looking at all this and seeing what's happened in the past and seeing what happened with her other, you know, co-stars and whatnot. And even just like people in under Disney in general, there's other people that have posted or discussed certain things that didn't get canceled or that didn't get fired, or, you know, they weren't disrespected this much. I mean, I fucking agree with me, don't agree with me, I don't care. I don't think it's right at all. This is a corporation. You're handling it like this, and you're Disney. You know, there's a lot of people that they were getting into this show, and I was hearing that even like little kids were getting into this show because, you know, it's something that they could relate with, you know, with their parents or whatever, right? They're all getting into it. They love this character. Yeah, she was something special, and that's why people are fucking mad. The fans are mad. And I hear that, yeah, Disney have lost subscribers. I don't know how much, but Kathleen Kennedy's under fire, the lady that handled Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I know who
yeah.
she, yeah, DreamWorks and shit. Yeah, she's big time.
Yeah, she's under fire because she, you know, she was all about women's empowerment, this and that, but she didn't even let Gina know she was fired until later on. Gina found out on social media. So I don't agree with how they handled this. It's bullshit.
And as someone, you know, this is an MMA show essentially, and we know damn well how many MMA fighters, especially UFC fighters, get let go and they don't know until they go on Twitter, right? So she was part of that club, but in a totally different space.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, people are like, yeah, you know, she's gonna be missing out on all that money. She was only making like $25K an episode, and she wasn't on all the episodes. She wasn't on the entire series. So it's not like she was making a lot of money. She may have missed opportunities in the future because all these projects are coming up and everything is basically with her in it, and now they got to rewrite everything. So it's actually costing them more money, plus all the toys. And get this, fucking her toys, her Cara Dune character toys are selling like upwards of like $250. It's so crazy to me. Actually looking into this, how popular she is, because she's done things differently than other characters. She actually like vibes with the fans. She's on these podcasts and whatever. But yeah, man, it's pretty funny. Like, it feels like Disney's is going to miss out on a lot of money, and they are eating a lot of money right now because of what they did. So karma for you, man. You know, it's wrong that she did that, and they didn't really it didn't seem like they really talked to her about it.
This is what happens when you make decisions on a reactionary basis. Just, oh, okay.
Yeah, because the masses or whatever, right?
Yep.
Or one side. That's what it seems like. It's all political, and I fucking hate it. Even with this shit. Yeah. And then what happened? Like Dana said something about, let's leave Gina alone, and was talking shit about Ariel, and then he got in his little feels again.
Which he always has, and I understand this is a touchy subject. I don't know what Ariel said about the whole matter. I get that he would be offended, and if Dana's saying he's making it all about himself, he's casted that aspersion on Ariel many times before. I guess just because it's in this context that it's more obscene. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's Dana being Dana and Ariel being Ariel. At the end of the day, to me, that whole back and forth, if you even want to call it that, it did not change my opinion one iota regarding Hawani or White. It's what they've always done. It's just in a different sandbox this time.
Yes, you're exactly right, because if it's the same thing, but now it's looked at differently because of this one photograph or this one tweet, this one thing that was sent. And then I guess ESPN had to like issue a statement too.
Of course they did. I mean, Disney.
Yeah, so it's like they're all like all battling each other. But of course, Dana White's not going to get canceled.
It's, yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day,
Try
you can
him.
cancel everyone. You can't cancel Dana. And here's the
Yeah.
funniest thing about the whole thing. Gina never had any type of relationship with Dana. She never fought for the UFC. When she was in
No.
Strike Force, the UFC was a long ways away from buying them. She hasn't fought in what, 13, 14 years?
Yeah. The
She
last time we heard about Gina and Dana, Gina was talking about how Dana called her a bitch because she didn't sign the contract to
with
fight Ronda.
Ronda, right? Yes, because they were gonna give her a bunch of money, she just wasn't interested. And now he comes to her defense, right? Remember how
Yeah.
fucking pissed people were at Dana? Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, no, don't get it twisted. This is about their little squabble in this other sandbox, like you said.
I don't know who it was. I think someone on Twitter said, I don't. It's not even that Dana likes Gina. He just hates the media more. It's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we've known
He
this.
ain't wrong. Yeah, he ain't wrong. I mean, no, that hasn't changed.
Yeah,
Right?
nothing's changed. Nothing has fundamentally changed at all.
This shit continued, even like poured into MMA, right? It touched MMA because that statement came out, and
Yep.
then Dana, and then like we're still talking about Gina, man.
The only reason we talked about Gina last week is because yeah, she was a former MMA fighter, and it was a developing story as we were doing it, and then we go on the air like, oh, she just got fired. Let's react.
Yeah. So it's crazy how like she's a powerful force right now. It's crazy. We'll see what happens with this Daily Wire thing, and they're already like using, I don't know, promo code Gina, trying to get people to sign up for whatever streaming service that they have. I had no idea they had one. It looks like there's only one movie available, so I don't know how much money they'll get funded. But now that it seems like she's on, I guess, the right side, the conservative side, like she might get funded very well, because it seems like that's where all the money is, right? All these people like giving out money for the people they want to support, right?
I think especially now with Rush Limbaugh dying, I think Ben Shapiro just got a lot of new listeners.
Yeah, that too.
And that whole website and stuff. Yeah, in conjunction with that is probably working out even better for them.
Yeah, and then just opening up a lot of eyes for other people to try to open their own company and invest somewhere else with like-minded people. Because if they're going to act this way, then, well, fuck it. We're going to open up our own company then. It might not be as big as yours, not at the moment, but now you're pushing us to do this. So the landscape, with this, it's crazy. Gina is kind of like the force with this right now. So we'll see if anything blooms. If anything gets started, I don't know, fucking social media or whatever, like media in general, like revolution. But yeah, we'll see what happens because it seems like it's starting something.
Here's the thing too. I wonder how many people like me. I don't give a shit about Shapiro, Daily Wire, even Gina Carano as an actress. I don't care. But if the reviews start coming out or I see previews and trailers and it looks god awful, I'm gonna get it. I'll pay for it. I want to know if it's so bad it's good. I don't give a shit. I'll still pay for it because I love shit shows, as I've said many times on this podcast.
It's good to have other options, right?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I mean, just to see what they come up with.
Yeah, like, okay, is this gonna make me fucking laugh my fucking ass off of how bad it is? I'll watch it. It's probably worth $5-10, whatever it's worth.
Yeah, and just see like how different is the message. Is it the same?
That it's funny. This is one thing I've seen recently that I'll never get. Apparently, it's kind of trendy nowadays to hate on Forrest Gump because it's a very conservative movie.
Oh God, no!
Oh, you didn't know this? Yeah,
no.
It's been a thing for like the past 5, 6, 7 years. It's like, he just joined the military because some guy told him to. He never questioned authority, and he didn't know what was going on with Black people back then and the hippies, and it's like, yeah, that's the whole point. Is like he's clueless, but he's got a heart of gold, and that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess not anymore because he should have been smarter. Ironically enough,
it's a movie, people, and it was simpler times. We weren't even looking at shit in that bubble. Lord.
And ironically enough, the same people that say that are for sure the people that are always talking shit about Jenny. This fucking bitch. What is even, fucking hate her guts every time I see her. And it's like, how loving and tolerant you are, you fucking douchebags. Jesus Christ.
Man. God. Okay.
Well, I know this is going to be a very long cold open, but just to touch on a few things because we do a mini review of sorts. I was going to mention something about Julian Marquez. Suffice to say that Julian Marquez has no game, but somehow is for sure going to get into some kind of advertising, some type of salesman job because like it seems like everything he does, he's just selling something for some weird reason, including his opportunity to try and fuck Miley Cyrus. I don't know what's up with that guy. I don't know if you want to add to that one. It's just that guy is fucking odd, man.
Yeah, so I guess it turned into a fundraiser? Is that what it is?
Something
with
like that.
Barstool?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's to raise money. Is it for small, medium businesses or like small businesses or
I know that
helping to feed the hungry?
I know that Barstool guy was very big on the COVID shutdowns, that he didn't agree with them, especially with restaurants and whatnot. So I don't remember the charity or whatever, but I would imagine it'd be something like that. That would make sense.
So was this whole thing is just like a setup,
Just an evil.
a script to get people interested?
Dude, that guy is odd. I like.
He really has game then. Because to even do this, right?
The shit out of things, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he may not be able to get any pussy, but he
right.
can sell stuff.
I mean, he was never going to. I don't think so. I mean, but Miley's kind of crazy, so
I just don't know
what she's into lately.
I just don't know why you shoot your shot at Miley. I mean, Demi Lovato's out there, and you know that she'll go out with dudes with no game, Luke Rockhold. She's right there, buddy.
Oh Lord. There's something that came out about Demi, and I didn't even bother looking it up, but I thought about Luke because, yeah, I guess in 2018 she suffered 2 strokes and a heart attack.
Demi?
Or something. Yeah.
Well, she was on a lot of drugs. She was on a lot of
2018. So I was like, were they like dating after that time? But
dude, she probably passed out. She probably passed out, and Luke fucking just left her there. Like, fuck this, I ain't doing this shit. Piece of shit. Sorry, Demi. Forgive me if you ever listen to this. I'm sure that's not what happened. I'm sure Luke is a gentleman and called an ambulance for you. Aside from that, how'd you like this ass kicking of Macy Barber?
God damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Macy got her ass whooped.
I told you she sucked. I told y'all. None of you wanted to listen to me. And
damn.
Now it's like so obvious, right? Because a little Mexican beat her ass.
Was Alexa always that good with her boxing?
No, she's gotten better.
The counters?
She's gotten
a lot more. Backwards?
She's gotten a lot more patient. She's always been good with her combos and had decent footwork, but she's never been that confident. It's a confidence thing with her now.
Damn, dude. Her counters were beautiful. She's like working backwards. Her footwork was just beautiful. Wow. And then the ground game.
Yeah, that was the real amazing part. That was a damn. Yep. I think after that Carla Esparza fight, she was like, fuck this shit. That ain't happening to me, like, again. Which I don't blame her. She was winning that fight easily on the feet, but when it came to the ground, it's like, okay, now you really got to address this. Good on her.
Yeah, she took some shots, too, from Macy. She didn't take some.
It didn't take her 10 years like Holly Holm.
She needs to sprinkle some of that on Aldana, though, man. Like,
it's funny because Aldana's the older one, You
need to show her what's up. Like, don't take like all these large steps, man. Take these baby steps like me. Yo, big ass.
Maybe it's the feet. Maybe it's because Aldana's got bigger feet.
I don't know, man.
Got cute little feet. She could do all these angles and,
Yeah, you can't dance. Aldana can't dance.
Probably not.
It's so big.
But having said that, I want to give major props to Macy for that third round. Good on her for having she needed to prove that to herself. I don't give a shit who she proved it to, Dana or the fans or whatever. She needed to prove that to herself especially after the Modafferi fight, that she is a warrior, that she can go out there, she can put it on girls, and that it doesn't have to just be her in the driver's seat, that she can kind of force it as well. So good on her. I had mad respect for her for that. But the glaring holes that I saw a year ago are still there. It's going to take some time. I'm sure she'll get better, but good on her for trying, for sure. A for effort, for sure.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I watched it twice.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I did too, but that was only because I was, my mom likes Alexa Grasso, and I had to re-show her the fight the next day because she fell asleep.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Mexicans and whatnot, they stick together for some reason. But this will be a short segment, but it has to be talked about. Were you shocked with the main event?
A little.
I know you picked Burns, so I know that wasn't exactly how you thought it was gonna turn out, and
a little.
I mean, they went at it. It was back and forth, but
yeah. I want to put respect on your name, Usman, since you've been like asking for it. I've been one of those that's been like hesitant to really like get on this bandwagon. Like, okay, when, what else are we gonna see? Does he really have striking? Yeah.
I thought the Covington fight showed that.
This was different.
Oh no, it was different, but I think the Covington fight showed that. Yeah, he can strike. And
he can like a brawl. Yeah, but this was just patient, looking for. He was just tearing him apart, and I was his friend. So that was totally different than the Covington fight.
That was a crazy fight to watch because, the intensity was about the same, right? It seems like the way he fought Covington as far as the intensity was matched with Burns, and they're friends. Mm-hmm. But that's the competitor that was in Usman. It's funny because I know a lot of people with the initial non-shaking of the hands and all that was like, oh, this guy's being an asshole. He's being a prick. He's going to get fucked up because he's scared of Burns or whatever. And I knew he's getting in his head. Like, Burns is I don't want to say an emotional or a soft guy, but you can tell that he really cares for him. And Usman's like, I'm here to fight. I'm here for my belt.
He's scary, man.
Yeah, so he fucked with him. So I was saying beforehand, I'm like, the way he talks about, like, I'm not going to call myself the GOAT, that's not on me, and that type of humility, that's what great champions have. That you don't hear that from some guy that is only champion for one or two fights. Like, those are what the great champions have because they're always striving to get better. And sure enough, I was proven right.
Dude, he was tearing him apart with them jabs. Just jab, 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 and then just fucking that right. And he was switching stances too and just keeping him guessing. And I'm like, damn, dude, wherever you went to, Colorado with Trevor, yeah, maybe stay there. You've been with Henry for so long, and like you leave. I thought that would be a factor too because he'll be a totally different climate. He'll be with a different coach. Maybe like it'll be a little bit harder to adjust. No, man. No, he upped his fucking game. That's a bad man. Bad man. What's next, man? What is next for that guy?
I don't know. I just hope whatever it is, because the rankings and all that shouldn't matter right now. It sounds like he wants money, and I think it should be about money. He's taking out all the top guys, so if he wants a money fight, give him a money fight. Whether it's Masvidal or Covington or whoever's going to get him paid most, that's what I'd be saying if I was Usman. Like, I beat them all. Who's going to give me the most money? Your pick, Dana. Fuck him.
Yeah, do it, man. It's about time. They need to really market him more.
People are saying that he's very unmarketable. I'm like, I think that's a load of shit, man. I'm like, okay, he's the first African champion. I know there's Izzy, but he was still the first Nigerian champion. He kind of reminds me of Robbie Lawler in the way. Robbie Lawler doesn't really say much outside of the cage. That was the thing with Robbie. Like, he was exciting to watch. He was an animal inside the cage. And, he's super competitive. And I think that's how you got to get at Usman. He was talking about Michael Jordan in the press conference. Like, I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan, like he's the greatest of all time or anything like that. But it's just like, no, this guy's competitive streak is unmatched. That's how you market him. Because before he was just a boring wrestler. He reminds me of Demetrius a lot in that way. Demetrius was kind of boring before he became champ. He just kind of did enough to get the win a lot of times. Then he became champ and he became way better. I think we're looking kind of like at a welterweight Demetrius. And that's the thing is, like, as good as his boxing looked, as good as his jab looked, all that stuff, like, I think he's only going to get better. He's going to be throwing like high kicks and shit on his next fight. Like, he's going to keep getting better.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. And that's how you need to market him, is He's a super competitive dude, and he's only getting better. And he's a crazy stud athlete too. So it's like just you want to watch this guy fight. You want to see what he does. I do. I mean, I kind of wanted to watch it before the fight. Like as soon as they were announcing the names, like shit, this is gonna be good. I knew it was gonna be good beforehand, but I got real excited. And then once they didn't shake hands and the first round, I'm like, I didn't expect it to be this good, but I knew it was gonna be good. So Usman is marketable. They just need to think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah, and his dad is out too, and yeah, he
That whole
has that
story.
motivation, and yeah, and that story, and just he's on a different level now. He's a different guy.
For sure. All right, so that does it for our very long intro / cold open. We got plenty of fights to talk about. UFC Vegas 20, headlines, matchups, news story, same shit as always. So let's get straight into it with our preview of UFC Vegas 20. As always, we recorded this a little bit out from the fight, so the bout order may change. But these are just some of the ones that we want to highlight. First up, Montana De La Rosa is fighting Mayra Bueno Silva. Montana last lost to Viviana Araujo, I want to say. And Mayra Bueno Silva beat Mara Romero Barrero with that disgusting armbar, if I recall correctly. So both very good on the ground. Montana's been getting better at the feet, but it's obviously still a weak point. I don't want to call it so quick because there's a little bit more to get into, but just from top of my head and from the improvements I have and haven't seen, I think that Silva might win this fight, given that I think they might neutralize each other on the ground, and I think Silva's got better striking, so she might be able to, if it becomes a striking matchup, I think she'll win.
Yeah? Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I love Montana. I really do. I think she's very talented. I think she's very promising, but I just can't put my full faith in her yet.
Okay. I was going to go with Montana. I think she has some power in her hand, so hopefully, she's worked on some of her technique maybe. Because like you said, like she has a ground game. She's relying on it so much though. So hopefully we see something different from her.
I mean, if it ain't
it's
broke,
almost the same.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But when you're facing someone like Mayra Bueno Silva, like Mackenzie Dern, like Viviana Araujo, who are great grapplers in their own right, even KGB, who, I mean, her forte is striking, but her takedown defense is good enough, you got to work on your striking. So I think she's working on it, but just not at the rate that some of these girls at that level are at,
Yeah, because she's still young in the game.
Yeah.
So, yep. Just tough, man. You're in the big leagues, though. Yeah, it's about equal. I'll just go opposite.
Next up, Alex Caceres is fighting Kevin Croom. This is one of those real sneaky fights. Alex Caceres is, I believe, on a 3-fight win streak.
Caceres is he now?
Yeah, he is. It's funny because he's one of those guys that always feels like he's win one, loses one, win one, loses two, loses three. But no, he's on a 3-fight win streak.
Oh, shit, he is.
Yeah, and Kevin Croom is the guy that fucked Roosevelt Roberts shit up on his UFC debut, even though it got overturned for, I believe, weed.
Yes.
Fucking man.
2 days notice.
Remember, what was it? He had, $60 in his bank account, and he got, a performance of the night bonus, and he ended up making, $70,000 or some shit.
Yeah. 2 days notice took that fight.
I believe he trains with Kraus and those guys, so good gym.
Yeah. That whole weed thing, man, that sucks, man. I mean, he still got to keep his money, though, I think. I don't think they did him that dirty.
I think if it was a fine, it was probably a small one. I don't think he had to give up half his purse or anything, but it still sucks.
Seriously, dude. 2 days notice in that kind of performance. He said he was going to knock him out, and he did. And then he called out Caceres, and he got Caceres.
I think he choked him out, but...
Oh, was it? He hurt him and then choked him. Yep.
Disgusting choke, yeah.
Yeah, the standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is a move that Roberts had used earlier, too.
Nuts, man. But yeah, hurt him real bad.
Yeah.
Took him out. Standing. Jesus.
It's not smart to go with Croom here because he only has one fight in the UFC, and although it's spectacular, it's tough to know. Caceres is such a veteran, especially in this kind of fight. It's kind of hard to count him out. But if I recall correctly, I think Croom has a lot of fights too. Yeah, he's 21-12. Holy shit! So he actually may have more fights than Bruce Leroy. Yeah, he does.
He's been around. Yep.
Yeah. So, but UFC experience does count for a lot too. So I'm gonna just kind of mark out a little bit. I like Bruce Leroy, but I'm gonna just go with Croom. Maybe just because I feel bad for him about the whole weed thing. But if Bruce Leroy whips his ass the way he did to like Chase Hooper or Sergio Pettis, I wouldn't be all that surprised. I'm a pick Croom here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with Caceres because I'm not really sure. We'll see. I mean, it would be exciting for him if he got something like a performance of the night or something, right? Another bonus. I mean, that would be a cool story, but yeah, I don't know about him. He's not. I don't think he was really active either.
The other thing I gotta wonder too is I don't know what weight class this is at because I know Bruce Leroy goes up and down, and I think Croom fought Roberts. I think that was a lightweight.
Lightweight, yeah.
This is gonna be a lightweight, or is he dropping down to featherweight?
I believe this is featherweight.
That would make sense, right? Because 2 days notice, he probably didn't have the time to cut weight. He just probably cut a pound or two, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This will be a featherweight. Yep.
Natural weight class, I assume then. Yeah. So you're going with Croom too?
No, I'm gonna go with Caceres. I'm gonna go with the vet because I'm not really sure.
Smart move. I'm kind of marking out. Yeah, and it can be a pretty fun fight because Bruce Leroy can slug it out sometimes too. So hopefully they have a good fight regardless.
Yeah.
So 2 fights that have been rescheduled. We're just gonna plow through them, go through them very, very quickly since we've already talked about this on previous podcasts. Pedro Munoz and Jimmy Rivera and Macy Chiasson and Marion Renault. On the Renault front, I remember going with her last we did this show. I'm having a hard time recalling if you went for her or not, though, Rain.
No, I don't think so. I went with Macy.
Even if you didn't, you can make your mind up now and say, okay, I'm for sure going with one or the other. So you're going with Macy?
Yes, cool. Yes.
Cool. I still think it should be a good fight. But then again, Renault did get COVID. So
yeah, we'll see. She's older.
Yeah. Even more of a reason to pick Macy, but I'll stick with Renault just for principle's sake, I guess. Because it's cool to go with the people that have been trying to get canceled or something. But Munoz and Rivera, Pedro Munoz and Jimmy Rivera. I remember going for Munoz. I remember that one pretty clearly. How about you?
I think I did too, because he knocked out Cody, right?
Yeah, that was his like ascension.
I think that's why. Yeah.
Good enough.
Because of the hate, but I mean, I can go Rivera. Yeah, because of the hate. I believe that was the way I picked, but
weirdly enough, they both got COVID, but apparently Cody got it real bad. So,
well, yeah, but they're not taking care of him. But that's a different story, right? That's for a different time to talk about, I guess.
Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about COVID later on. I mean, we talk about it every show, but in regards to one fighter, so
yeah. So, anyways, I'll go Rivera.
Okay, so some dissension there. You got Rivera, I got Munoz. Moving on to the other fights that are on the card, the ones that have not been rescheduled or that we have not covered. Alexander Hernandez is going to fight Thiago Moises. Thiago Moises last beat Bobby Green in a pretty exciting fight, pretty shocking fight. And Hernandez last knocked out, I never know how to say his name, Chris Geltsmacher. That was a few months back. Alexander Hernandez, I mean, I trip out seeing, Dariush just fought a few weeks ago. And man, remember Hernandez's UFC debut knocked the shit out of Dariush. That's a long ways away, and he hasn't necessarily fulfilled the promise that was put on him. But Thiago Moises is a pretty good fighter. I don't know. I think this is kind of like 50-50. I should go with Moises, but I think I am going to go with Moises, but I kind of have a feeling Hernandez may pull, he may have something in the bag for him. I'm not sure.
Damn, dude, he's only 28. He looks so much older. I don't know why. All the
Really?
wrinkles. Yeah, I saw like an interview he did with James Lynch, and he just his face. He looks so much older. Like the wrinkles in his forehead. I don't know if that's scar tissue or what, but yeah, he just looks so much older than he is.
I haven't seen this one. I wonder, again, we've kind of talked about this in the past few shows. I wonder if COVID aged him. I don't think he ever said he got COVID, but he remember early on he said, I think I did because he felt like shit and he was getting tired for like 2, 3 weeks straight. This is like early on when it barely started. So you never know with this shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like was just staring at his face, but yeah. But anyways, let's see. Hernandez. Oh, man, I don't know.
If I look better than Hernandez at my age, I'm cool. But I don't know. I haven't seen these videos or photos that you're talking about, so I'm pretty sure I look older than him, and I'm only 3 years older than him. But
No, I think he looks older.
damn,
Yeah.
it's
Just
the
the
it's the lack
wrinkles.
it's the lack of melanin.
Maybe
What?
he's like cutting weight so he looked like that because it was like a week ago. So maybe that's it too. I don't know. He needs to drink some water or something.
How about milk? They need to drink milk. You're not gonna advise him milk this time.
No, he's fine.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
he should
He's
be
big enough.
unless he like breaks a limb or something. Something happens to him when he gets taken down to the ground. Yeah, maybe I'll go with Thiago because of his ground game.
Yeah, so we're on the same page there, but yeah, even you sound a little hesitant on that one. So yeah, this
Yeah,
should be a good fight.
yeah. See what happens, man. Old ass
Mhm.
looking 28-year-old.
I think he's half Mexican, so I don't know if he's
Oh,
so.
man.
Yeah,
That West
if
Side's
he's
stepping
half
up.
Mexican, I assume he's half white, and maybe that's the one that's kind of making him age bad. But I don't know.
Yeah.
He's very light skinned. Anyway, next fight: Nikita Krylov and Magomed Ankalaev. How come I never can say this guy's name right? Nikita Krylov and Magomed Ankalaev.
Ankalaev.
Ankalaev, yeah,
Ankalaev.
the guy that knocked out Kudalaba twice, both in stupid ass
Fuck.
fashion. I think this is the only reason I wanted to cover this fight. Is just I wanted to talk about him and how great he is for that, but also just how ridiculous that whole thing was. Remember him getting COVID and Kudalaba getting
Yes.
COVID, and then, and then it happened. And it's just like, oh yeah, he just got fucked
Yeah.
up like we thought he might.
It got rebooked, what, 3 times? And then
Something like that.
finally 4 times? And then finally a fight?
And then
Yeah.
he got knocked out, and it was like, yeah, that's probably what should have happened. Yeah.
Yeah. It took months, like 8 months for them to finally put this together. And she got fucked up again.
Yeah, I remember I used to like when it was like, "What's your fascination with Kudalaba that you like hate him so much?" I don't think I hate Kudalaba, but just his recent run of just stupidity, just like he's just
Yes.
fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's like he's going through some shit right now, like bad luck or something. Like you act like a dumbass, you get shitty results. I don't know. Like, what is it? What's going on with him?
It's one of those things that like I it's a good thing he found MMA because obviously you don't want that dude working at T-Mobile. You know what I mean?
Brian's always hulking it out.
But
Oh,
yeah,
bad.
for him, I guess it's bad for his health, right? Because he's just getting fucked up. So I don't know.
Yeah, right. Too angry and not thinking, too emotional. Just things keep happening. So,
He needs him a good woman. That's probably what he needs too.
well, man, he would be on a 4-month break pretty soon here. So, yeah, continue on with the break, man.
He needs like Miriam Nakamoto or something. I mean, she kind of was making the rounds this week too. Maybe she can calm his ass down.
Huh. Don't be a
Yeah.
bitch.
That would be one fucked up hectic household.
Yeah.
Jesus. But anyway, before we start going somewhere real dark and we're already going totally unrelated with Kudalaba, but Ankalaev and Krylov. Krylov last beat Johnny Walker. I don't even remember if I watched that fight, but I'm
I
like,
don't remember. I don't remember it.
But Walker, yeah, I mean, I guess he's kind of rebounded, right? Getting the crazy knockouts again, but Krylov does what Krylov does. I don't know, two like Eastern Bloc dudes, you know. You know what? Krylov's one of those guys. He's been around forever. I guess I'll just go with him.
Okay, I'll go opposite.
It's not a bad bet. Ankalaev, he's hits like a fucking Mack truck, man. But Krylov's just got tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, man. Maybe he'll take another loss like he took the loss from Old Man Teixeira. It was a split, but whatever. Glover still won.
Oh, yeah. See, he's fought everyone. Respect.
I just had to put Glover in there.
No, it's okay. We're throwing Kudalaba in there just for being a dumbass. Oh, and Glover beat his ass too, so.
They're all tied together.
Because it's light heavyweight and they all just fight one another. Yep. Shit there.
No, right? Nobody really knew coming up. Nothing. Yeah.
Next up, a possible co-main event. Probably will be the most co-main event from here. Pretty good fight. Alexis Davis and Sabine Mazzo fight we were pretty excited for when it first came out. I did not know Alexis Davis was. I knew she hadn't fought in a while. She has not fought since she last lost to Viviane Araujo, which is what, 2 years ago?
Been a while. Yeah, it's been a while, man.
That was when Cyborg fought Felicia Spencer. That was that same card.
Yeah, it's been a while, and she was on like a skid there too. Yeah.
She didn't. I know she was off for a while, a few years prior, because she was pregnant. I know she's a mom, but she didn't get pregnant again, did she?
No.
Her and Sarah McMahon, I'm like, it seems like they're always like having kids. I'm like, wait, she's pregnant again? I know that, they only have like 1 or 2 kids, but I guess because they fought together and that was like kind of a thing. But
I don't think so. I haven't really seen a lot of videos of her training at the gym, but I'm not sure if she's still with CSA.
Yeah, I see a lot of CSA's videos, and I haven't seen her. I saw Zoila Frosto today training. I hadn't seen her in a while, so yeah, I wonder if Davis is still with them.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, she's been on a skid though, man. Wow, it's been a minute. Sabine, who did she fight last?
Quiche.
It got the choke. The third round, she was actually losing that fight. Yeah, that was a good one. I think she can do it again. I think she can pull it off, even with the vet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you here. I know I've always kind of hyped up Mazzo, and I will continue to do so until she meets someone real high up there. And Davis is she's a legit veteran, but with the time off and Mazzo's improving ground game, I mean, I'm kind of afraid Davis might take her down and kind of school her there, but I think Mazzo's growing at a rapid clip, so I think she can either defend takedowns or get taken down and get up quick enough to be able to implement her striking. Davis is no slouch on the feet either, but again, we haven't really seen her with CSA, so who knows if she's maybe putting a lot of focus on striking. Who knows?
Yeah, what she's doing. I mean, dude, what if Mazzo head kicks her?
Davis got a chin on her, but Mazzo also does have excellent head kicks, so you never know.
Yeah, if they keep it standing, which that would be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis being off, though, yeah, like there's a possibility of getting head kicked to keep it standing.
Yeah,
so man, who knows? It's kind of exciting, actually.
Yeah,
just seeing like Mazzo like moving up and improving every time like she fights. She's so young too.
Yeah, this one and Munoz Rivera are the ones I'm probably looking forward to the most, and Kevin Croom, just to see what he does. So, yeah, this one should be a good one. If Mazzo wins this one, it'll probably be a coming out party for her.
Yeah, I think this is my top. This is my fight of the night out of all the ones that we were covering.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
you too. I'm with you too. And then yeah, I think Mazzo gets it done too. I'll put my faith in her in this one. Main event: Jair Rosenstruck versus Cyril Gane. This is an interesting one because they both just finished murdering Junior Dos Santos. Rosenstruck did it much earlier last year than Gane did. Gane's kind of fresh off that one. Rosenstruck, I mean, he also did get brutally knocked out last year by Ngannou. So he's got a horrible knockout against him, but he's also got a very impressive knockout win for him with Dos Santos. And Gane, I know he'd been off for a while, and then he beat Dos Santos. It's kind of a thing. Do you go with the guy who has more momentum on his side right now, or do you go with the guy that has some experience? And I don't know. That's one of those things, right? Rosenstruck is not necessarily a top contender yet. You know, he beat Overeem, lost to Ngannou. He was almost there. Gane is an up and comer who's got, and then they both coming off of a knockout went off of the same guy. Like, what can you really take from that? Especially a guy in Dos Santos was obviously fading.
Right. Yeah, I don't know with this. I have no idea what's gonna happen here.
I'll go out on a limb and say Rosenstruck. I'm not confident in it though, because Gane hits hard, and then I don't know how quickly you recover from an Ngannou knockout. I mean, there's proof of like Overeem that you can,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it'll change your life a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
so
go opposite then.
okay.
Just to fuck around. I mean I don't know.
Gane's younger. He hits hard. He definitely has a chance for sure.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, these big boys going at it, but
Probably,
I think he's fought tougher competition.
oh, for sure.
You
I mean,
know?
he's the vet. He's the vet in this
Yeah.
case. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So I mean, I think he has more of a chance, but we'll see. Yeah, it's either or.
Yeah, Gane's big and strong as fuck too, but
Yeah.
Rosenstruck, like he's fought those type of guys before. So yeah, I think it'll be an experience thing.
Yeah. Do you really care about this fight? I don't.
I do. I do. Just I'm interested in to see what will happen. Like, I don't think it'll be boring.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just the
think
outcome.
yeah, and I think it'll be like it might be a little tedious, a little slow, but then I think when the violence happens, it's gonna be pretty explosive. But yeah, I'm more excited for the other fights on this card than this one. But I think it'll be good in the end. That does it for the preview for UFC Vegas 20. Let's get into some headlines. Turns out Brian Caraway is the stupid piece of shit we always thought he was. God, this is fucking hillbilly central. Oh, Misha, what did you do to deserve this? He leaks your fucking nudes, allegedly. And now apparently, I don't know, I guess this isn't allegedly, stole her fucking ATV. Oh my god. Rain, just can I tag you in? I don't even know where to go with this girl.
Didn't he like steal it twice or something?
It was like a fraud thing. He was like claiming it was his that
Oh, that's what happened.
Did like an insurance claim. The insurance took it up with the state of we think this guy's trying to steal something that's not, a vehicle that's not his. Fucking ATV, dude. Like, here's the thing that like I guess the reason I'm like staying a little quiet and I was just kind of like tagged you in on that one. I was a guy that kind of defended Brian Caraway when he was in the UFC. Not because I liked him, not because I thought he was like this fun fighter or something. He was, he was decent, I guess. But I know people hated him with a passion. And I was like, look, I know he said that stupid shit about Ronda. And I was like, look, he apologized. What more do you want from the guy? He said something really stupid and tasteless and offensive for sure. I'm like, all right, if you apologize, what do you want from the guy? And then, hearsay through the grapevine stuff that he was kind of a piece of shit boyfriend, and then Misha leaves him, and then, she immediately gets pregnant. Like, oh, okay, something was clearly off there, and then he gets cut. Misha goes to Singapore and all this, doing her best, and then this shit happens. It's clearly someone won in that relationship.
What a piece of shit! He's a piece of shit boyfriend. He's still a piece of shit person. There he is. He's a piece of shit. He hasn't changed. He has a new girlfriend, but wants to fuck around with Misha still. Like, get your girl to get you an ATV.
Get yourself an ATV, why don't you?
Yeah, why don't you do it yourself? Like, go get a job or something. Like, what the fuck is wrong? Why? To get, what, 4 felonies under your belt?
I,
Congratulations.
I don't think it was 4 felonies. I think it was one, but you got like 3 additional charges on top of it. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, ESPN said 4 felonies.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. He went all out then. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hopefully it was worth it. Probably won't go to jail. No. Community service. Fines. But, yeah, you're a piece of shit. Over ATV. Have fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah, to
mean,
do community service because of ATV, like he's probably gonna be thinking about it the entire time while he's serving, while he's doing what he needs to do. Yeah, have fun with that energy.
it's just, oh my God. You expect this out of like Mike Perry.
Yeah, I don't understand why people act like that. Like, what is it gonna do to you at the end of the day? Think about it. It's gonna hurt you more.
How long has it
Won't you
been?
think about
5 years? 4 or 5 years
Yeah,
since they broke up?
yeah, let it go. Like, get over it, man. You already have a girl. Why do you want that? You guys broke up for a reason. It's bad energy. Why would you want that vehicle? Why would you want that thing? It's bad luck, man. Move on.
I know, right? Like that seems to be more of a summertime thing, right? To go to the desert or the mountains or some shit. Like, I mean, I understand you don't necessarily. I know everything's closed because of COVID and stuff, but like, where are you gonna go? I think they're from Washington. It's fucking snowing like everywhere right now. I don't know. It's an odd thing. Like, if it was in the summer, I mean, it's not excusable. Obviously, it's still a crime. It's like, okay, he's trying to go to the desert somewhere. He's trying to go to fucking Joshua Tree or something. It's like, where are you gonna go right now? Why so desperate?
Seriously, like what's going on with you? Is it CTE or is it really, I mean, jealousy or what is it? Do you need to like support a habit? Like what's going on here?
Yeah, that's the nasty part of it, right? I wonder if it's also just like straight haterade, like trying to go for player hater of the year. Like how I said, and like, man, why you got 3 cars? I only got 1 car. I should just play it out. Like, Misha made all her money and fucking won. Well, so we think, right? She's coming back to fight, supposedly. And it's like, man, this bitch has so much better than me. She's got like 2 kids already.
It's
Looking
crazy
fine
though.
with
It's
that.
still Vegas, right? This is still happening in Vegas, right? Like they all still live. Well, she doesn't really live there, but
I believe so, yeah.
so nobody would have asked.
Or I wonder if he
No,
thought
nobody would have
gone.
talked.
I wonder if he thought she was gone. They knew that she was in Singapore and like, oh, she's still over there. I could probably just scoop in and steal that shit.
But Vegas isn't that big, and if it's still a fight circle, like people talk.
He just doesn't seem that smart. I
Like,
don't know.
like you eventually find out, like that shit looks familiar, man, or like, where'd you get that ATV? He looks like a dumbass that would fucking tell everybody what he did anyway. So like, shit might go around, like like it's still in Vegas.
I'm interested to know if he'll run into Misha's boyfriend, the new one. I don't know how big he is. I know he's a fighter. I know he's Hispanic. That's about all I know. But honestly, they'll go at it.
Whoop his ass. Whoop
I
his
mean,
ass.
I don't know, man. It's a weird thing to get in a fight over an ATV, but
Ah,
who the fuck steals an ATV to begin with?
it's for real, man.
Fucking loser, man. Jesus Christ.
Get over it.
Yeah. In other news, the UFC is flying Khamzat Chimaev into Las Vegas to receive additional COVID medical care. So he had this fight with Leon Edwards since way back when. He was on his run last year. He got COVID. Leon Edwards got COVID. What? Initially he got COVID and then cancels the fight. Then he gets it, and I guess he's had some issues. He's still having like severe fatigue issues, and yeah, I guess Dana's saying come out here to America, to Vegas, we'll help you out. Good, I guess, but I don't know how many people they're doing this for.
Yeah, and how, I mean, flying him out, paying for that, keep him in here, the best doctors, right? Because why would they just fly him out to go see some random doctor? Gotta be the best doctors. What about the other fighters? I mean, are they taking care of Cody?
Well, Cody's better now, right?
I think he's still having complications, but I mean, do they take care of him? Because
Well,
wasn't he preparing for a fight?
I mean, against Figueiredo, a title fight. That was a pretty big fight too.
So, yeah, what's going on here? Why is he special?
Well, he's got Ali Abdelaziz. He's got Khabib. I wonder if like there's this thing in Dana's head that he may think he's Khabib. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. He's the
He
next
wants
one.
he wants Khabib to come back. Like, well, fuck it, I'll get him. Anything to get him back. People won't know the difference. They
Oh.
fight the same.
Or, yeah, or just doing this favor so he can somehow talk him into coming back. There's always something, right? He's a gambling man, right?
I understand the situation when Khabib's dad was all kinds of fucked up, and there's also a possibility that he couldn't have left. He just seriously couldn't have, legally couldn't have, and also the fact that Khabib's dad may have not wanted to leave, but then again, COVID was so out of control back then. Nobody knew shit. Nobody could do anything about it. It seemed like I don't even know what they're doing here. I mean, shit, we don't have a treatment for this shit. We have a
Nope.
vaccine that's not even gonna prevent the disease.
Yep.
So, I mean, what are you gonna do with the guy? I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe you're better off here than in Russia. But supposedly, don't take my word for this. I have no idea. I haven't done my research, but supposedly Russia has one of the best vaccines. I guess they're finding that supposedly the Russian vaccine is more effective than most of the other countries' vaccines, including ours. So
Damn.
yeah,
Hmm.
supposedly. But obviously, once you have COVID, I mean, it doesn't really have a point. But
And he should have connections there because of Khabib and Ali. So, again, is this Dana's like play
I
to
just
try to
pump it.
get Khabib?
Are they just going like full Drago on them, just pumping them with all kinds of chemicals and steroids and shit? Get your ass up. We need you to fight. Go full Debo on him. Stop being a bitch and come on.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, whatever is happening with them, I mean, good luck, man. That sucks because he's young too, right? Isn't he still in his 20s?
I think he's like 27, 28. Yeah. I know he's younger
Damn,
than
dude.
me. I know that for sure. We'll see.
Damn, dude, that's so crazy. He was the other one that was coming up and fighting, short notice, back to back, and
Mhm.
high hopes for this guy, and just no sideline.
Hey, it happens. Another news. GSP is did a recent interview and says that he's not really interested in a fight with Usman. Usman, after the Gilbert Burns fight, said that he'd be very interested in a fight with GSP because who isn't? I mean, I think even Khabib says that's the fight that he'd come out of retirement for, allegedly, kind of. But I think this is the nail in the coffin for GSP. The way he said it, he just sounded real candid and real like I just don't have it. I don't have it anymore. Like we know he loves to train. We know he takes care of himself, but we know what a struggle it was for him to actually get himself in fight mode, and that's what he was saying. Like I can't see myself giving up 3 months of my life to try and beat this guy. He'll do everything in his power to beat him because that's the kind of competitor GSP is, and that's the amount of preparation he takes. But it's so draining. I mean, he's talked about this so many times, and he's just being very honest. But it sucks. It's one of those things. Like, I mean, I'd like to see, but also I'm not. You got to grow up a little bit. GSP is not nowhere near his prime. I know he beat Bisping not too long ago, but I mean that was a different Bisping, that was different weight. I don't know. I don't think he will come back, and he has said as much. It's just I guess kind of sucks for Usman. He can't get that fight, but good on GSP for having the wherewithal and the honesty to say that to himself and to the public.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I'm not interested in this. He doesn't need to come back.
He
He
says something
doesn't.
very.
He doesn't need to come back to fight Khabib either. I don't want to see that either.
That one is a little bit more interesting because it's like what would happen, right? Because he's bigger. best welterweight versus the best lightweight. It's like this legacy matchup. Usman's different because he's so new, so strong. So he seems like he's better at GSP everywhere, you know. But he made an interesting point. This is when I was like, oh yeah, he's like totally done. He was saying like, I think people just want to see the ex champions and the legends and the warriors go out on their shield. Like keep going until you lose. And I think
No.
he's just being like, yeah, like I don't want to do that. I think I know where I'm at, and I don't want to put myself through that. Which is
Yeah.
good.
He doesn't need to do it.
Nope. Nope. Totally agree with you there. Totally agree. Next up, Steven Stroup. Speaking of retirement, Steven Stroup has announced that he's retired. This is not the first time, if I recall correctly. I remember he had that heart issue. That was real bad. I don't know if he's had lingering issues with that. He didn't really say that much, but I guess there's an ear condition. He has like vertigo. Kind of sounds similar to the thing that Dana had. And then obviously taking blows to the head for a living, I'm sure is not going to help you with your hearing or your balance. So this makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he always had that air conditioned vertigo issue where he's been struggling with it for a while. That's why he hasn't been so active. I
Yeah,
could
and
be wrong. It
let's
might be the heart too. I don't know. He's just had so many complications.
and then we know just big people, just big
Yeah,
dudes like that have issues in general.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, damn, sucks, man. Again, he tried it again and didn't work out for him. So,
Yeah, let's just hope he stays retired because we don't want
right.
another. Yeah, his knockouts were almost always frightening. It was kind of like Overeem in a way. When Overeem gets knocked out, you're like, oh shit, that was bad. And I'll never forget when Travis Brown knocked him out. It looked like he was gonna like fold in half. That shit was terrifying. Yeah, so all the props in the world to you, Struve. Please stay retired. And in other news, can't go into details about this because I don't know who these people are necessarily, but it came out today that PFL has gotten some investors, $65 million of new investment. This is the way they've gone ever since they rebranded. Rebranded themselves as PFL. A lot of hedge funds, venture capitalist types that went into this. $65 million investment, up to $175 million now. They've got Fabrizio Verdum, Roy McDonald, Frankie Edgar on the roster now. This was a press release, so it's basically just propaganda, but they're talking about how they're possibly number 2 promotion in the world. And although that sounded ridiculous on its face, I'm like, well, Bellator is moving to Showtime now. Just kind of a step back. I know people were kind of excited for it, but I don't understand why you got to pay for Showtime. So it's almost like they're moving to pay-per-view. I love them when they're on DAZN. I love seeing everything on DAZN, and they tended to have good cards there. I understand why they moved away from Viacom and all that, but if they're not going to be on CBS or DAZN, this is a step back. I think that PFL might have a case that they might be a number 2 promotion, especially that they're on ESPN.
That's interesting. They're on ESPN. I didn't look into it that much.
Yeah, PFL's been on ESPN for like the past year. Well, obviously they didn't do it last
year.
year.
Oh yeah, right. Totally forgot.
Yeah.
Because there is no action. Yeah, that's right. They moved over.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who was investing though.
Well, it seems like it's a lot of American companies. Some of the names, Ares Capital, Elysian Park Ventures, Nighthead Capital. I'm sure these are like big hedge funds. But this is kind of going the one route, like one championship. Just they've swindled people, and let's see if they get a return on their investment. It seems like it's all beholden to them.
Damn,
so
interesting.
We'll see.
PFL aren't they going to start up again? Because they have like
they are.
Yeah, that's right.
The possible lawsuits with Kayla and Lance Palmer and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Wonder what they're gonna do with marketing and whatnot.
And we even forgot. I mean, I know she's not gonna be part of the tournament, but Clarissa Shields. I mean, she's supposed to be coming over soon, so there's that too. That can be big. Yep.
Yeah.
She's already getting mad hate, so people will tune in to watch, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah, they're like saying that she's not boxing. She's like, nope, I'm still in the boxing game, and I think she has a fight coming up in March.
What the hell?
Yeah, boxing. Yep.
Huh. I didn't know you could just do that. Okay. Good on her, I guess. If she can do both and make some money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was about initially anyway. It was money.
Right. Exactly.
Do you think they can overtake Bellator? I mean, is Bellator even number 2 at this point? I don't know. Has
I
it
don't
ever
know. I don't know what's going on with Bellator. Like, are they gonna have a lot more? Well, they're doing this Grand Prix, right?
Yeah, you mean
Tournament.
Romero and Johnson is nothing to scoff at. It's a gigantic fight. But then, yeah, how does the tournament end up? Are people going to
Yeah.
keep tuning in?
It's gonna be weekly, or are they gonna have to wait a long time? Is it gonna go against PFL? I mean, when are they gonna start up? Like, who knows what's gonna happen? Because I mean, wasn't Bellator trying to do Thursday night fights? So
Yeah, I
PFL,
don't. Yeah.
what are they gonna do? Like, do Saturday, Friday?
So,
Because
I think
Saturday would be UFC. So if they're on ESPN, it wouldn't make sense.
on the first run, I think PFL was doing Wednesday or Thursday.
Let's say.
It was usually when we would record. I remember that because we would like never
Okay.
watch them because of that reason. But the thing is, what's Bellator gonna do? Are they gonna keep with Thursday because they're gonna be on Showtime now? You probably want that on Saturday night, but obviously we know that the UFC always has a Saturday night, so they're gonna try and compete with them.
Yeah, that would be bad. And then there's
On
like boxing on,
Of
right? Don't they
course,
do boxing still?
yeah. And then that's premium cable. That's not basic cable. That's premium cable, or unless you have the Showtime app, which I'm pretty sure most of you don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Bellator, man. That Viacom money's not a whole lot, huh?
Oh, it's a lot. It's just how
They're
much are
not.
those checks for?
Yeah, like who are they spreading the money to?
Viacom has infinitely more money than Endeavor. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Endeavor will put everything into the UFC, and the UFC is profitable.
Right.
Viacom ain't gonna be putting
That
millions and millions and
much.
millions of dollars in a Bellator.
Right. Yep.
There's that. And that basically does it for the headlines. Let's get into some matchups. First up, sort of breaking news. Not by the time you hear this, but anyway, we just heard this. Bilal Muhammad is stepping in for Khamzat Chimaev against Leon Edwards, the guy who hasn't fought in feels like 3.5 years or some shit. Seems like they're finally fighting. Let's fingers crossed.
Finally.
They
Finally.
Yeah, fingers crossed that no one gets hurt, no COVID, no nothing. But yeah, March 13th in Vegas, main event, 5 rounds. Should
When
be interesting.
when did Leon Edwards fight last? And who?
If I remember correctly, I believe it was RDA. And it was like not last
Okay.
November, but the November before. So like 15
Jeez,
months,
man.
13 months.
Jesus, that's how long it's been. Wow. Dude, he was just sitting on the shelf the entire time. And even before that, it was Gunnar Nelson, and it wasn't that even. He had to wait for
Yeah,
that one too.
he fought him on the night that Masvidal knocked out Till. Remember how long ago that was when Masvidal
Yeah.
knocked out Till? That was that same night. And then yeah, a few months later he gets RDA, and then he was supposed to fight Woodley. Remember then the world shut down,
Yep.
and then he ended up getting COVID, and he didn't want to fight Chimaev. And oh my god, this dude just tough break after tough break. Just please get to the fight. And honestly, you should be rooting for Edwards to win. I don't care how much you may hate him. I don't care how many jokes I've made about him in the past on Twitter and on this show. For the sake of the division, just have him beat Bilal. I like Bilal. I think he's very exciting. I'd be psyched if Bilal wins, but it ain't gonna do shit for the division. For the sake of the greater good, Leon Edwards needs to win.
Yeah, it would be all wrong, right? God, poor guy. Yeah. Well, cool. He has a fight finally.
Another fight. Mike Perry is gonna fight Daniel Rodriguez. Mike Perry is a guy that kind of was going the Greg Hardy route of like, let's try not to cover this guy too much, but against Daniel Rodriguez, this fight just makes all the fucking sense in the world. And Daniel Rodriguez has looked goddamn violent and the type of fight that Perry would enjoy and hopefully would get knocked the fuck out in. And I think he might. I really like Danny Rodriguez. I think he can do it, man. This is
You think
the
so?
yeah. This is gonna happen on April 10th. This is gonna be on the undercard of the Darren Till Marvin Vettori fight. So
Okay.
it'll be good.
Yeah, I don't know. Mike Perry, man. He got a good coach, so.
I mean, he did get his ass kicked last by who was it? Tim Means, no? He didn't
He
make
took a lot
weight.
of damage. Yeah.
Yep, he did.
Interesting. Same type of fighter, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
More than obviously COVID. Let's hope nothing fucks shit up. 'Cause I do want to see this one, but also let's hope Mike Perry doesn't go to fucking jail too. At
Yeah,
least for now.
I was gonna add that. Yep, like we'll see if he like can make it in, until April, not get into trouble. Hopefully he's at home just taking care of the baby.
Oh yeah, the baby's probably born now, right? Or will be
Yeah,
very, very soon. Yeah,
yeah,
let's
I
hope.
believe so.
Let's hope. Life-changing shit or whatever. Hopefully, yeah. Next up, though, a fight we can get psyched about and not feel bad about: Loma Lookboonmee and Sam Hughes. That is
Damn.
targeted for May 1st. No main event, no spot as of yet, no location as of yet. But Loma Lookboonmee, many reasons to get excited.
She whooped some ass last fight. Who was that? Junyun? Junyun?
Oh, that's right, Jinyu Frey. Yeah,
Junyun?
is that how you say it?
I think that's how they pronounce it. Junyun?
You're not. I'm like, I don't think you're Korean, right?
No, but my mom would be watching a lot of it, so I try to sound like them. Junyun? Probably butchering it. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. You get along with Koreans more than Japanese. I
Yeah.
forgot about all that beef and whatnot.
Yep. We cool with them. Fuck the Japanese. Okinawans are cool with Koreans.
You don't have any K-pop on your playlist?
No, I'm good.
Your son?
It
No?
sounds weird. I
Uh,
can't even stand the Japanese versions, and I can understand that, so no.
Well, Japanese pop and K-pop are very different, right? Because K-pop's a little bit more like kind of Americanized, right?
It's
Like,
different, yeah.
uh,
But it's still weird when I don't dig it.
fair
When they
enough.
start speaking their language and stuff, I'm like, no.
Well, now I got to learn some Korean from you. I've had Korean friends too, and I never bothered to learn anything from them. I don't know one fucking word in Korean, so
I think 안녕하세요 means hello. I forget.
better than me.
안녕하세요.
If you guys are Korean and listening to this, hit us up.
Like Oma is grandma, I think. I forget, man. I don't know. I like kimchi. That's all I know.
And I like Korean barbecue, although I haven't had
Yeah,
it.
barbecue. Damn, man, I miss that shit too.
Yeah.
Just going out and getting like Korean barbecue, like for real, like sitting there, like they like bring you all the stuff out and all the meats and stuff, like just like cook up your own food. God damn. Fuck you, COVID.
But anyway, Loma Lookboonmee and Sam Hughes.
I don't know what. I like Thai food too, by the way. Loma.
Yeah,
It's a Loma.
yeah. I was like, well, she is Thai. She's very Thai.
Man, isn't Sam a big chick?
I don't think stature wise she's big, but she's built. She's got a fucking body on her, man. She's a big strong chick. Yeah. Definitely stronger than Loma. Obviously that Loma she's not even necessarily a straw weight.
No.
Sam Hughes is a big girl, but skill wise, especially in the striking, this is not even close.
Right.
But Sam Hughes is pretty well rounded. So, and she just fought Tisha, which she got her ass kicked in. But getting your ass kicked by Tisha Torres, on late notice is probably a good learning experience, and you could for sure come back better. And
I mean, looking forward to it.
Tisha's no Loma, but I mean that's a good step in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, another women's fight. Viviane Araujo looks like she's going to fight Kaylin Shukagian at an event on May 15th No main event or location for this one yet. Assume it'll probably be Vegas though. Man,
Yeah.
they like seem to. What is it with Caitlyn, man? They don't like your girl, Rain. Something.
She's trying to be like the gatekeeper, huh? She doesn't want anybody else trying to come after that belt.
I don't think it's her. I think that's the UFC.
She
And
wants to fight everybody though.
yeah.
Seems like I'll fight you next, Alexa, and then she got this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
Props to her taking on all comers, but Viviane Araujo, man, I don't know. She looks so fucking good against Modafferi.
mhm.
But Chukagian is. I know she misses a lot. I know she's kind of like Holly Holm Jr. But when she puts it on, she puts it on. Like she's not just this cardio kickboxer. She's better in some aspects than Holly, but Viviane looks so good. I gotta imagine she's probably gonna look even better against Caitlyn.
We'll see too, like you said, like COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's far out. I'm leaning towards Arujo though, but who knows what's gonna change.
Yeah, I hope so. I really like Araujo. I like Chukagian too, but just want some new blood in the division. You know, Chukagian had her
Yeah,
chance. So
can't be a gatekeeper, man.
I mean you can be, you gotta put the stamp on girls though. You gotta let it be known this shit is mine. We'll
Hmm.
see. So that does it for headlines, matchups, that does it for MMA. Let's get into our news story of the week. Headline is a Twitch streamer made $16,000 filming himself asleep and letting viewers disturb him with alarm clocks and fake dog barks. We've talked a lot, you and Irene, off air about the whole gaming Twitch esports phenomenon and that I'm too old to get it. And although you are a little bit older than me, you seem to get it a little bit more, maybe just because you're into video games more and you have a kid, so you're in the culture a bit. But this is fucking nuts to me. This is how the fuck did somebody monetize sleep?
It's pretty interesting, man. It sounds like he has a pretty big fan base to begin with. This guy's name is what? Asian Andy. So he already had like a presence in the community, and yeah, it sounds like he lost his job at Uber and his fans just came together and like did this.
The
Waking him
crazy
up and donating and shit, like $16,000, dude. That's crazy, man. One fucking night. Good for him, dude.
people somehow monetized playing video games and people watching. That became a
Yeah.
business. And we talk about OnlyFans all the time here on the show. Selling feet pics will get you some good money, apparently. Man, this is a weird economy, man.
It's so cool too, though. Like if you have something like that and people want to support you, that's cool. They just didn't like give him money, like GoFundMe. It's like here you go. No, man, they were engaged with it. They were involved with it. So
And I can't say he didn't earn it because
yeah,
fuck anybody that fucks with my sleep, man. But he's like letting people fuck with his sleep. Like, yeah, but you gotta pay. Fair enough. People are dicks
yeah,
though, but you can't even be mad at them because they paid, right? I mean, they all got something out of it.
yeah. They all left messages or sounds of dogs barking or whatever it was to wake him up. I mean, they use that, so that's kind of cool.
One of them was kind of cold blooded though, saying that somebody's outside. Somebody,
Yeah, like freaking him out.
and I guess there's other streamers that film themselves sleeping. He's not the only one. That's the craziest thing to me. I guess there's some that like sleepwalk and they film themselves for that reason because they have like weird reactions or something.
Or just people that have like weird fetishes, man. I'm
That's some
telling you, there's a
creepy
market.
shit. That
There's
is
a
some creepy
market.
shit. Rian, you told me
Market for
about feet.
everything.
You told me
Yeah.
about feet and milk and honey, and I didn't want to know that, girl. And now, I mean, I can live with this. This is fine. It's just creepy as fuck.
I sent you that picture of the chick that had 6 toes.
I don't think so. Maybe a long time ago. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember.
When I was doing my research for OnlyFans for feet,
Oh, so
that
is
came
that
up.
chick making like mad money? Cause
I think so. There's a market for that. She got 6 toes, man.
yeah, more man.
People are into that. Yeah. Wow. And that was the only thing that I researched. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of other things, but I believe it. There is. I mean, we had like those furry people. Remember when that first came out?
You
The
know what's
furry
weird?
group.
I have no interest in that, but what's weird is I kind of get that in a weird way. Cause it reminds me of that like those parties that people like wear masks and shit. You don't really know who you're fucking.
Hmm.
So it just seems it's like the same thing. It's just like, oh yeah, you just stick your dick out through this costume and just. I mean,
You're
I
in
don't
it
really.
all day though.
Are they in it all day?
I thought they live like that. Not just have sex, but there are
Well,
they
yeah, there's
that
some people
is
that believe they're animals, right? They're like,
yeah. That's the
yeah,
way they live. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Yeah,
On their off days for some shit. Like, yeah. Well, because they gotta work.
I know there's porn of furries, but then there's some porn where it's just like the dude in the suit and the chick's just like naked, and that shit like weirds me out for some reason because it seems like some Donnie Darko like fucked up twisted fantasy, and it puts my mind in a weird spot. We
Damn.
got to talk
That's
about
kind of
something.
wild.
We got to talk about something momentarily off air. I can't say this on air because it's too crazy. But you brought up OnlyFans and feet, and you reminded me of something kind of a weird premise in my head. We got to talk about this off air,
Okay.
but yeah, this sleep. I mean, I'm trying to think of what would be my bare minimum. I guess what would be your bare minimum, Marine? Like you can disturb my sleep all night. How much? Like what's your starting price at that?
To disturb my sleep?
Yeah, like just like this dude.
Oh my god. It better be a lot.
I mean, is 16,000 a good starting point, or like you'll go down as
For
low down as 10,000 or 5,000?
you know what, man? For one night for 16,000, okay. You can disturb me all you want to.
How
If
about
it's
10?
one night, if it's one night when I don't have my kid, that's cool.
How about 10?
Okay, 10 is cool.
Okay. How about 8?
I just 10. 8 is cool. 8 sounds good. I'll sell out. I'll go to 8.
Well, that's half of 16,000, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I value my sleep and I tend to be a heavy sleeper. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I wouldn't wake up to do this. I would wake up to do this.
I would do it.
I think
8,000 for one night.
you know what? I can entertain it at 8,000. 10,000 sounds good to me. 10,000, I won't bitch about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
getting paid to lose sleep. I mean, the shit though, the way the economy and
yeah,
our
yeah,
society is going, like you should be losing sleep anyways. At least you'll be getting you'll be getting paid doing this.
yeah, and you don't have to be, that's a legit, yeah, kind of morbid, but yeah, that is a good reason to be losing sleep because shit's going down the toilet, and you don't have to think of my God, why didn't he or she text me back, or where are my dick pics right now, shit like that.
Yeah, there's other
Surfacing
things to worry
around,
about.
God knows where in the cloud somewhere. Who's seeing them now?
Who knows, man? I ain't gonna out myself.
The end of the
I ain't
day is
that
still
dumb.
the end of the day is still not worth anything, but y'all keep going. Y'all keep going with your bad selves, I guess. Don't let me stop you. It's entertaining the shit out of me. So thank you, people. Seriously, thank you. But that's gonna do it for tonight, Reen. I think that's the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, just get money off of losing sleep for sure. Don't. As I've said this on the show. I've said this privately all the time. I'll say it on the show. It's the reason why I'm in a serious relationship and everything, and I love my girlfriend, and yeah, she's white, and that doesn't have a lot to do with it, but it's something I noticed early on and that I've come to appreciate. I don't lose sleep. We're of a certain age. We're mature about shit, but also she's not Latina, and she's not gonna be waking me up over stupid bullshit and trying to fight with me all night. So I really appreciate her for that. So yeah, this is a step you want to go in. I think if you value sleep, get with a white girl. She's not gonna fuck with you too much.
I was gonna say stab you.
Nah, I'm not gonna fuck up like that. You know, I'm not gonna fuck up
Okay.
that. Yeah, nah.
Oh, there's levels. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I know she'll get off, so I know I'm like on a tight wire with all that, you know. So I gotta mind my p's and q's, but yeah, no, I do my best to treat her right, you know. I got to do the right thing.
Yeah. Especially during this environment too, man. Y'all are going strong.
Yeah.
Probably not
One
sending
day,
dick pics, but you know.
one day the numbers will come out how many people got killed in quarantine, like couples and shit that just couldn't take it anymore. You
Oh
know what's
yeah.
happened? It's just we got to get those numbers out. Hopefully they don't try to fucking bury that shit underground like Cuomo, you know. But
Jesus.
looking at that shit, people, that shit's bad. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. You can follow the podcast at iFoxWithJuice. Rate, like, subscribe wherever podcasts are. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube if they don't take us down with more bullshit. Support the show any way you can. Appreciate any and all shares, likes, critiques. Let us know what's up. But thank you guys once again, and we'll see you next week. Sayonara.
Adios.